No, no, no. Oh, hi, Mark. Welcome to Ranking the Studio Albums by Nirvana. I'm on a journey to hear every song ever recorded, and I am giving you guys a little bit of information and insight onto what I've been listening to. I had to zoom back out a little bit for you guys. I wanted my guitars in this video. And Nirvana has a very small discography, but a very impressive discography. I was so torn. Now, I talk a lot about this in my ranking videos with the bands that I really love. I couldn't pick. I did pick, but it was painful. Even just now, I was looking down at In Utero and Nevermind, and just going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. I was like, man, Nevermind is huge. It's classic. It's epic. But then I'm looking at In Utero, and it's the same. They're both so great. And I went back and forth. I typed up my review, my rank, and I felt like going the other direction. Ooh. Oh man. The baby or the anatomical lady? The age-old question. Oh my, what could it be? So we're going to be starting with the worst, and we're going to be working our way to the best. And I got to tell you guys, my top Nirvana album, it may change while I'm filming this video. I've never done that before. This is crazy, but this is Nirvana. So, not going to talk a whole lot about the band. I'm going to talk about the albums because we've heard so much about Kurt Cobain. We've heard so much about Nirvana. This is ranking the albums, guys. You know all the other stuff. You know what happened. You know what didn't happen. You know who did it and why. So let's just leave all that behind. Coming in at the bottom, still a fantastic record. And something that bothers me, if you guys have heard the Bowling for Soup song, 1985, which is a good year. That's a great year, guys. That's the year I came out. They say way before Nirvana. 1985 was not way before Nirvana because Bleach came out in 89. Now, maybe Jared from Bowling for Soup thinks that 4 years is a long time. Maybe he thinks that's way before, but it's not. Come on. So this Bleach came out on June 15th, 1989. I would have been about 3 at the time, 3 or 4. Had a lot of recording days. They were sort of in and out of the studio constantly. It's a hard rock and sort of the beginning of grunge, released on Sub Pop, produced by Jack Endino. The little project called Blue came out right after it, and there were singles from this one called Love Buzz and Blue. It didn't chart initially, but let's just get into the track listing. All songs by Kurt Cobain, except for what? I'd forgotten about that. Love Buzz was a cover. Shocking Blue cover. So the first song is Blue. Then you got Floyd the Barber, About a Girl, School, Love Buzz, Paper Cuts, Negative Creep. I feel like, for me personally, Negative Creep is my favorite track off of this album, although the rest of them are pretty good, and they are not oversaturated like the other Nirvana albums are. I could put in Bleach and really enjoy it and feel like it's something kind of new and fresh, even today, 30 years later. But yeah, Negative Creep is one of my favorites. And then you got Scoff, Swap Meet, Mr. Mustache, and Sifting. On some later editions, you get Big Cheese, Downer, and that. Oh, there's some more. There's some more special editions. You get, what do you get? You get Been a Sun, and Sappy, Molly's Lips, Sliver. Anyway, so, again, it's my least favorite Nirvana record, but that is only because the other two are just crazy, insane good, can't pick. Even their compilations. I've got my Nirvana CDs piled up on the kitchen table here, and wow, I'm gonna have to listen to some Nirvana this week, guys. Whoa! So this is just an amazing band. The only part of Nirvana's career, which it really wasn't part of their career, that I don't enjoy, was the Montage of Heck compilation. Absolute trash. Don't check it out. Watch the movie. Don't listen to the soundtrack. Don't listen to any of that garbage. They took burps and farts from Kurt Cobain and they peddled them as songs. And it's just garbage. It's like he wasn't even recording. He just had a microphone on and he was just walking around eating beans and farting and making Mickey Mouse noises. Very disappointing. I was hoping we'd get maybe like another You Know You're Right or something like that, but they've exhausted all the recordings of Kurt Cobain. It seems like, unless they're holding out for some other future anniversary, but I don't think that's the case. If you're wondering what I keep looking at over there, I've got the world's greatest lasagna baking. I got a few more minutes on that. So yeah. So okay, we're gonna move right along. So Bleach, my least favorite Nirvana album, and man, this is so painful, so painful. Coming in next is going to be I can't show either side of this. What the heck, Nirvana? Your biggest, most commercial album. I can't show. There you go. This is my second favorite. I'll show you the back. There you go. That way you can get a nice visual. So, Nirvana, 1991's Nevermind. The epic, the classic, the world-changing album. Had a baby on it. He was naked on it. You guys like Weezer? Then I heard the chords that broke the chains I had upon me. Got together with my bros in some recording studios. Listen to Weezer's Heart Songs for a real tribute to Nirvana and other musicians. You got the classic Baby on here. He's an old man like me now. Chasing the Dollar. I wonder, is anybody, and the Baby's making these weird hand gestures too. Has anybody ever thought about what this album cover means? So the Baby is going after a dollar bill on a fish hook. So if the Baby gets the dollar, then he's caught. It's pretty deep. I don't know. Well, he looks like he's in the shallow end. The deep end is behind him, so maybe it's not deep. I don't know. But, again, let's see. So you got Kurt Cobain flipping you off back here. You got the Baby making hand gestures. Everybody's making hand gestures. Got that. That's pretty nice. Oh, yeah, it's a gorgeous. Wow, let's just cover that all the way up. So you got Kurt Cobain on vocals and guitars. You got Dave Grohl on drums and vocals, which I don't really hear on here. And then you get Krist on bass and vocals. Again, I'm not hearing the backing vocals. Kurt Canning, the cello on Something in the Way. You got Butch Vig and Nirvana. Andy Wallace on mixing, recorded at Sound City, Van Nuys. Jeff Sheenan, Craig Dubois, Robert Flasher. Monkey photo, Kurt Cobain. Cover photo, Kirk Weddle. That's a lot of Kirks and Kirks and Kirks. Captain Kirk. Man, this album is just, it's perfection, man. And you know, they've got another one that I'm going to rank even higher. Absolutely insane. But this, you know, this album, so you got Smells Like Teen Spirit. The song that changed how rock and roll would sound for the next 25 years. Even longer. I don't know math. 1991 to 2020. I don't know. Who cares? In Bloom. It's like everything on here is a single. And actually, when I was a teenager, when I was first wanting to run out and buy Nirvana. Now, I heard Nirvana in elementary school. You know, I was in first grade in 91 because my grades lined up with the years. That was really cool. That's really cool about being 34, 35. So, but when I was a teenager and started buying CDs, I went to the record store at the mall, which I believe was For Your Entertainment, FYI. And the guy, the clerk there, I went to buy the Nirvana Greatest Hits, and the guy there basically, he almost forced me to, he basically forced me into buying Nevermind instead of the Greatest Hits, because it's all Greatest Hits. Smells Like Teen Spirit, In Bloom, Come As You Are, Breathe, Lithium, Polly, Territorial P, Drain You, Lounge Act, Stay Away, On a Plane, Something in the Way. Every song, just classic, classic, classic. And then coming in as the all-time greatest Nirvana album ever, 1993's In Utero. Serve the Servant, oh no. Scentless Apprentice, Heart-Shaped Box, Bleep Me, Francis Farmer Will Have a Revenge on Seattle, Dumb, Very 8, Milk It, Penny Royalty, Radio Friendly Unit Shifter, Tourette's, All Apologies, Serve the Servants. We're back at the beginning. The greatest Nirvana album of all time. Okay, we got a couple of bonus tracks here and we'll wrap things up for dinner. Okay, the fantastic. Now, I was glad that the guy talked me into getting Nevermind instead of the Greatest Hits back in 2002, but I finally had to go back and get it. And this thing had the new unreleased You Know You're Right, About a Girl, Been a Son, Sliver, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Come As You Are, Lithium, In Bloom, Heart-Shaped Box, Penal Royalty, Rate Me, Dumb, All Apologies, The Man Who Sold the World. On here it says Krist didn't do any vocals. So I'm not sure what songs he did vocals on. I did have the box set of Nirvana at 1.2, but I got rid of it. Some nice cover, some nice pictures here. So that's a nice greatest hits. And just really quick, we're going to touch on, maybe we'll do an entire video about this one. This is going to be Nirvana's Unplugged. If this one were a studio album, this would definitely be the #1 album. I would say I enjoy this more than all the studio albums put together. About a Girl, Come As You Are, Jesus Doesn't Want Me for a Sunbeam, The Man Who Sold the World, Penny Royalty, Dumb, Polly, On a Plane, Something in the Way, Plateau, Me, Lake of Fire, All Apologies, and My Girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? We've been ranking the studio albums by Nirvana You guys like and subscribe. I'll do a Unplugged in New York video for you guys pretty soon. Like and subscribe.